This is my version of Howard Johnson's most famous linear gate. That's the one that's featured on all the Energy from the Vacuum videos that Bearden puts out, and it's also shown on some YouTube videos. And it has the famous hidden piece here that Howard always kept covered up. I'll show you how this works. Just line up the cart in the field here and let her go. And it also works in both directions. You can literally see the force of it trying to suck it in at the opening of the gate there. This is the basic diagram for how this thing is put together. You can get this anywhere on the internet. It's pretty much everywhere. But what this does not give you is the correct sizing or the orientation of the magnets. For that, you'd either have to watch the Energy from the Vacuum videos or some of the videos available on YouTube. This is a rough scenario of how the thing is put together, though. I'll give you the poles too while we're at it. This is a more accurate look at the shaping of the magnets. I couldn't tell you the exact types of magnets used in Howard Johnson's original assembly. Actually, if I had an opportunity to talk with John Bedini, that's probably what I would ask him first. But this is put together to the best of my ability with what I do know. What I did is I used ceramic magnets for the basic assembly. I put neos on these front pieces here and the two back pieces in the spin accelerators here. And the results are pretty similar to what you can see in most of the videos of Howard Johnson's original gate. One of the main things they don't really show you in any of the pictures online is the bottom assembly that went under the track. It was really kind of Howard Johnson's secret for many years. This is not exactly a banana-shaped magnet. I looked closely at the video and you can actually see that there are wood pieces underneath that are shaped like this, and it looks very similar to one of Johnson's designs with these angled magnets. But the back piece, or the front piece I guess you'd say, is tilted forward, and this long piece here isn't marked in any of the videos as far as polarities. But John Bedini mentioned when he analyzed this on a video that this side facing out was a north. So if that's so, then this is the correct orientation of the magnets. Now you'll also notice that in the assembly, most of these spin accelerators are between two of these main magnets. Then there'd be two more over here, and then another one, and so on and so forth. And this is a top view. The other side, of course, would be the opposite. Down below here, I just threw this on here so that I could fit everything on here for the sake of the video. Now I'll show you something else interesting here that you wouldn't see otherwise. The behavior pattern of this hidden part of the linear motor. this is the way it would react without the side pieces here. There's a little bit of repulsion as you enter, but not a lot. That front piece there blocks a lot of that out when you flip the poles. And it shoots through pretty easy. Flip it though, you don't get quite the same effect. It actually attracts it in when you get into the close proximity here. And stops at the end. And of course, when you have the magnets on the side, it doesn't stop in place. But just an interesting note you wouldn't normally see otherwise. Now, the one thing that you can't really get from all this is a list of exactly which magnets are what. There isn't a place that I've found anywhere where you can actually find that. The only one that could really answer that question would be John Bedini, because the original gate is in his lab right now. So, with the correct configuration, and I believe he said that the magnets are ferrite, neodymium, and rubber. But with the correct arrangements of magnets, you could actually increase the effect and get the intended result from Howard Johnson's original design. While this works pretty well, I'm guessing it doesn't work exactly the way the original does. And that's because of the different magnetic materials. By the way, just as an FYI, if you build one of these assemblies, it's a good idea to use something besides a glue gun and these aluminum pieces I've got here. I build so many of these things on practically a daily basis that I build them to come apart easily. So if you work like me, I guess that'll work fine. Otherwise, you probably want to build it out of something more sturdy, because these pieces built this way come apart pretty easily. And just so you know, I've also found with this particular type of assembly, if you totally remove these pieces here and move these spin accelerators back so that they're spaced the same way here, it works a little better. And it's partly due to the type of magnets I'm using, I'm sure. And of course, I don't have as many magnets on my cart here as Howard Johnson did either, but I'm getting basically the same effects. And regardless, it does work. So, there you go. On a side note, I've noticed this thing works much better if you do it backwards. Kind of like the other video I did, version 2 of the Howard Johnson linear magnetic patent. Again, I doubt that's by mistake. Howard Johnson did deal with encryption for the Navy, and I doubt anything with him is by accident.